everyone, how are you? It is a Sunday afternoon and I thought I'd take you along as I make a tomato soup recipe. And the recipe I'm making is one of Joanna Gaines's from Magnolia Table. And it is tomato basil soup. You can find it on a page that is not numbered. No, yes it is. It's numbered 107. My first time making a Joanna Gaines recipe, and very first time ever making a tomato soup recipe. I grew up not liking tomato soup. Not a fan of it, but I thought and that's actually why I chose to make this recipe, because I grew up on Campbell's tomato soup and was never a fan of it. So I thought I'd make one from scratch and take you guys along with me, and I'll just show you some of the ingredients. And if the camera will focus, we have 3 cloves of garlic. Probably not going to focus. Nope, not focusing. We've got 2 cups of chicken stock broth. This is the brand I got. I had wanted to try and get some freshly made broth, but the grocery store I was in didn't have it, so I went with what I've got. This is the brand of canned tomatoes that I found. Joanna's recipe calls, I think, for fire something. Let me just check what her recipe calls. Her recipe calls for fire roasted canned tomatoes. Yeah. If there is such a thing of fire roasted tomatoes in Canada, maybe there is. It's definitely not in my local large grocery store. They had a lot of varieties of canned tomatoes, but no such luck on fire roasted, so I got the next best. Yeah, so let's get to it. Put it all together in a pot and see what happens. Week bin. For those who don't know, I live in Toronto, and we are now in our second snowstorm of the week, and this is a doozy. It's been now snowing. It starts snowing Saturday around 11:15 in the morning out where I live, and it hasn't stopped. So yeah, not much fun. I been watching cars. Every now and again I watch them out my kitchen window, and I just see how the speed at which they're driving at, and kind of judging the road conditions by that, and they've not been driving too fast. So yeah, not impressed having another storm, second storm as I said in the week. So, and just what you logged on for is a weather forecast from yours truly. But such as it is. But yeah, so for all those who are new, thank you for clicking on the video, and I am going to be obviously making the soup today, and I'll be editing and posting this video in the exact same day. So what you're seeing is how it happened. Medium-high heat. So on for mine, I will do 6.5. Let's see if that light, no. Yeah, that light's not so good. I'll leave the light off. I think you guys can see me okay. Maybe you don't want to see me, but that light's just too bright. And as I said in my last video, I do not have a kitchen that has got great natural light. There's one window which is behind the camera, and that's it. And of course it's tucked away in the corner. Such is life in an apartment. Anyway, just let this heat up, get the olive oil, and then we'll add the garlic. And it calls for 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Might help if I cut the cap off. So 1 tablespoon. And I'm just going to let that heat up. How's everybody's week been? Hope you're doing well wherever you are. My week was pretty darn normal. I did that work thing again to earn the income to get the bills paid. 3 cloves of garlic. Heat the olive oil and garlic together over medium-low heat until the garlic begins to brown, about 4 minutes. Add the tomatoes and 2 cups of chicken broth. Increase the heat to medium. Why would you increase the heat to medium? Oh, wait, that should be medium-low. Okay. Okay, so I've just lowered the temperature on the garlic, and it's actually, yeah, that was probably too hot because it's already starting to turn brown. Sorry. So much for reading recipes. Oh, Lordy. Add the tomatoes, 2 cups of broth. Increase heat to medium, bring to a gentle boil, reduce the heat to low, add salt and pepper, and slowly pour the cream. And it is heavy cream, 1 cup. Stir constantly. Add more broth if a looser soup is desired. So actually, when it comes to the consistency of the soup, I am going to wait and see what the consistency is like once I add in the cream has been completely blended in. I'm not a biggest fan. I like thick soups, but not thick soups. I mean, if you're going to use a thick soup, you might as well just make a stew. I want a soup to be a soup. But I also don't like broths all that much. Does that make sense? I'm rambling, but welcome to my kitchen. Unprofessional kitchen, such as it is. Okay, so now I need to add the tomatoes and the tomatoes. Woohoo! Okay, that was not glamorous. Yikes. I should have used a different bowl. Stir the garlic and the tomatoes. I'm going to increase the temperature to maybe 2 cups of chicken broth. Add a little stir. And what else? Bring to gentle boil. Okay, so give it a few minutes on its own for the gentle boil, and I'll be right back, everyone. Soup, such as it is, has come to a gentle boil. And now I am going to add the salt and pepper. In goes the salt and pepper. That's, by the way, kosher salt. Fine kosher salt, and that was freshly cracked black pepper. And now I'm going to add the heavy cream, stirring constantly. Slowly pour it in and stir constantly. So that I can do. Drop in the basil leaves and stir. Okay, there go the basil leaves, which, by the way, I think it was 6, and I had some little ones. Now, this recipe calls for an immersion blender. I don't have one, and I'm not going to purchase one at the present time. I've had one in the past, been great, terrific, love it. Its shelf life wasn't as long as I'd hoped. It was a great brand that I had purchased, but anyway, just a side point. So I've got a Vitamix that I'm going to use to blend up the batches, and I'm actually just going to go grab another pot because I need to take the batches from here bit by bit into the blender, let the blender do its magic, and then pour it into a different pot. So bear with, I'm just going to go grab another pot. Oh, it smells nice. And there's probably no way I can get that on camera for you. But when I get enough in the pot. Oh, it looks good. Oh, it looks nice. So Joanna's recipe also had a side of grilled cheese sandwiches. So I am going to make my own. I've used a garlic herb Havarti, 2 slices of prosciutto salami, and I've got one side here is the mayonnaise per her recipe. I didn't use Hellmann's. I have used this brand from President's Choice. And I'm just going to now put some mayonnaise on the back of this slice and then pop it in the frying pan. Okay, so let's give it a taste. Consistency is great. I'd mentioned before that I would be prepared to add the 1/3 cup of chicken broth for the consistency's sake, because I really didn't want super thick tomato soup, but the 2 cups of broth is perfect. It's really nice. Tastes great. Very simple flavors. And maybe that's because I didn't have the same type of tomatoes, canned tomatoes, that were called for in the recipe. I could probably punch it up a bit with some of my own herbs. It only had 3 cloves of garlic, so could add more garlic, could add onion powder, could add some more herbs, but it tastes nice. I'm so glad I tried it. Anyway, I'm going to sign off here, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching me make another recipe. So if you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and becoming a subscriber. That would be greatly appreciated. And I hope, wherever you guys are in the world, that you're doing well. I hope that your week went well, and next week is going to be a great one as well. So I'll sign off here and say see you later. Okay, bye everyone. Take good care.